Hi guys, I wanted to pop on and do a video. I don't talk about anything I do with spirit unless I'm guided to. So this feels quite important for me to come on and share because yeah, this part of me is sacred and I don't like to put things out unless I'm sure. But spirit is saying it's not time to be quiet, Lisa, because you have a very strong connection to the cosmos and you act as the bridge, and I do. And this is the work that I do in my one to one soul coaching. But I'm very sort of under the radar, and I'm not one for coming out and talking about things that, if I don't feel that I need to add to the fear, because some of the things that I might say might provoke fear, and that's not who I am. I'm a heart-centered, heart-led light being that is here to change the frequency of this planet back to a higher frequency and a higher state of love. And I know my words carry power when I speak the truth, which transcends me as this physical vessel. It's not about me. It's about bringing my soul song to the collective soup that matters now, is what Spirit is saying. It matters. So I was drawn to pull my owl feather from my pot that stands on my window ledge. And it's not something I've done for a good while. And I felt drawn to work up the spine of the feather. And then I started to receive visions and images. And the words that came in, the two words were filament and lockdown. And so I was like, oh, that was my first response. Oh no, not another lockdown. And then I kind of wanted to just push it away, but I sat with it and the feather helped me bring in more information about what this means. And I felt guided to share those two words just to help. When we work together, it expands the messages and we all receive it in different ways. So the word filament, as I was sat pondering on this word, I saw this blanket of mist and almost like a blanket of fog float past the window. And I started to receive information from Three Eye Atlas. And to be honest, I've repelled the Three Eye Atlas energy because there was so much coming in about it. And I didn't feel that I needed to absorb all the information coming in. However, I've opened up to Three Eye Atlas this morning and received some lovely light language, which opened me up to the energy of what Three Eye Atlas is. And it's too much to go into in this video, but needless to say that the filament is linked to Three Eye Atlas, awakening us up to the more of the cosmos in this expanded awareness of what the planets are to us and how we're connected to them. And interestingly, that weaves into the work that I'm doing around tissue salts and the spine and waking up the spine and the the spine and the brain. More of that is coming online. What do I mean by that? So the spine is linked to our higher consciousness. The brain and the spine are the first things that form in the fetus, and that is our connection to our higher self. So all of the information and the codes come through the brain and the spine specifically, and these fibers and filaments feel like it's all linked to this energy that's coming in from the solar flares and Three Eye Atlas. It's like filaments. And a filament, if you think about a bulb, you've got a filament between 2 points, and that produces light. So I think that's where I'm feeling drawn to go with that word, that when we've got 2 points equal to the brain and the base of the spine and the top of the spine, which leads to the brain, that feels like those 2 points in the light bulb, which was brought in by the word filament. There has to be 2 points to create that line of light, and I feel that that's linked to the spine, this spine. So the base of the spine, where the Kundalini serpents lie, and the top of the spine, where is it the caduceus and the two serpents weave up the spine to the head, to the brain, which is the enlightenment, and the lotus and the crown chakra. So I feel like all that is linked. But the word that came in from Three Eye Atlas, filament, light bulb, illumination, is a single thread or fiber, and it said natural, artificial, or celestial, which I thought was very interesting, that forms a chain or component of a larger system. So what I'm feeling from this is there are 3 options to the next part of our ascension, which is natural, artificial, or celestial. I think that is also linked into AI. So there are 3 options to AI: to experience the natural AI, the artificial AI, and the celestial AI. And there's more to come on that, but I know that there's a backdoor to the celestial part, that we can actually function in all 3, but there's a backdoor part to it where we can step out of it and actually be protected from the artificial stuff as well. So that's quite exciting. So the form that forms a chain or component for a larger system. So that is where all the threads are linked. So we become in the oneness. So there's you, there's me, there's all the souls that link to this one filament, which is then universal, the universal filament. So this is the link through the brain and the spine. And then went on to say filament glows to produce light. So this is our light enlightenment coming online. Myosine strands form through the muscles. So this is like the mycelium. When you think of the trees and the roots, and if any of you have watched Avatar, the mycelium that runs through all the fungus and the bacteria in Mother Earth, and then that links back to us. That's all the filament, again connecting and weaving like the spider web that weaves. So there's the matter, which is the body, and then we're connected to this intelligence that runs through the mycelium. And also I'm learning about fascia and how that then links to the muscles and the fibers, and that all connects to the higher frequency and dimension of the cosmos, which runs through us as physical matter. The stalk that supports the flower. So again, it's this energy, this energy running up through the spine. This happens in plants as well. So this is biology, it's science. It kind of weaves through life in general, and the DNA in our physical body and the light body. And then the spine of the tree. So this is about the tree of life, where I feel that the tree of life is now upgrading to a new format. If we think of the caliber, the old version of the tree of life is now upgrading to a new version, a multidimensional version of the tree of life. And when I've looked at the tree I see it in 3D, but then I've then been shown it in 4D and 5D, where the geometry of the tree changes as I see it through different dimensions. It's quite amazing when that happens, and the eyes are upgrading so that we can see through the different dimensions of, example, a tree. And then I went on to talk about the fungi and the bacteria, a long chain of cells that form through this mycelium, and the thread-like structures of the galaxies in the universe or our solar system. So there's a lot there that I can work with, and I just wanted to share that for anybody else that's feeling and connecting with the dots that I'm bringing through. I also pulled some cards for the lockdown part of this message, and the Five of Wands came up. So I feel like if there is another lockdown to come, which I believe there is based on my information, and just as I said that, I saw 11:11 on the clock, then this is the fire horse energy. So this is going to wake people up from their hermit energy. So this is us looking at things from our higher perspective. So I think some of us are at that place where we're in this light perspective of a higher vision of what's going on, but then there's this energy going on as well. And this lockdown, if it is a physical lockdown, then it's going to push people out to fight back. And it's how we as light workers view this outside of this going on. So it's almost like they're waking up to fight the way out of this so that they can reach this higher perspective and attain their illumination. And then I got the Three of Wands. So this is us looking out at how can we create a different world. What do we need to do to change our lives so that we can create change? And this is humanity fighting back now. The fire horse is really waking people up and giving them the passion, the drive to say, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not playing that game. We're going to create our own timeline from a higher perspective. And then I got the Eight of Swords. Two of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, which to me is pretty plain to see that it's like we have actually been trapped and bound and had the smoke screen over our eyes for a long time. But she is able to see it from a different perspective now. And I got the world as well. So it's being able to see life from a different perspective, and the blindfold is being took off. I think that's the collective blindfold coming off so that we can see things. So the wheel can turn and we can move into new earth and feel like we're freeing ourselves from this old matrix. And yeah, there's a lot to come. It's interesting. I see this as a pentacle. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles underneath the Hermit. And I feel like we're going from feeling like lack to abundance. And to me, I've not noticed before, but I feel like these feel like pentacles, and that we're getting on top of this rather than feeling. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is sat very comfortable and calm and serene and safe, and she's got everything she needs. But if you view it from that perspective, it's like there's a possibility for us to feel much more abundant now from this place of safe, but basic safe rather than feeling abundant and free. And then I ended it with the Queen of Cups. So for me, that really represents what we're doing here on the planet right now. We have to operate from the heart. The Queen of Cups is about love and seeing things from a higher perspective, from the divine heart, higher heart, rather than from lack and fear. We've got to step into the higher heart. We've got to see things through loving eyes. We've got to stay emotionally balanced through this time. Whatever happens, the old version of this planet is now crumbling, and it's not going to happen without a fight. So we've really got to stay in our hearts, stay connected to our higher self, work together, and create a tribe and a pocket and a bubble of light that is heart led, and we take that forward. We take that forward with the three of wands. We have to lead by the heart. If we don't lead by the heart, then the fire can't be tamed, and everything gets, we're fighting each other. So if we're in our heart, we can tame the fire and then use the fire, the divine masculine, for the greater good. Remember, we're coming into a time of unity consciousness, and how do we serve from the heart? And so that we've got the fire within us, the divine masculine has come back online through the winter solstice. I'm working very closely with Lord Shiva and Mount Kailash, and I'm learning to work with the fire in a very productive way rather than allowing my emotions to just, go all over the place. We've got to learn to tame the fire and use it from a heart-centered space. So there's a lot there. There's a lot going on. And I just feel it's time for me to share this information so that other people can add in what they are feeling from this. And it'll open up what it opens up. And I will not accept disrespect from anybody to do with anything negative that I'm sharing. So unless it's productive, don't bother commenting, because I'll just block you. It's simple as that. I'm not taking any crap from anybody or any AI crap that wants to shut me down. And I know the difference now. A lot of us as light workers know the difference between a comment that's from a human and that connects with me energetically and that's an AI. And I'm having so many friend requests from AI and, artificial intelligence that's not for my highest good. And when you shine bright and you speak in truth, it almost feels like the darkness tries to sort of contain you. It's not going to happen. So yeah, if people are going to put nasty comments or comments that aren't productive, then it'll just get blocked. It's as simple as that. But I welcome and look forward to any comments that come in that want to add in to these messages, and I look forward to them. So take care, guys. We'll see what happens, and look after yourself. Lots of love.